Hi everybody, how are you? Good, I hope. I am. I don't really have anything to talk about. I don't think. Oh, yes I do. Okay. Y'all probably really don't care, but okay, Mother's Day is Sunday. And I found this really, really pretty fountain that I was going to get for my mom at Lowe's. And they had 5 of them 2 days ago. And I called up there the day before yesterday. 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I don't know, anyway. I called up there the day before yesterday to check to see how much it was, because when I was in there they didn't have a price on it. And they're like, oh, it's $129. And I was like, no way, seriously? And they're like, yep. So I didn't make it up there yesterday to get it, but I was off today and I went up there to get it for her, and they were sold out. I was like, crap. So I had them check around to different Lowe's stores to see if there were any nearby that had any. And they said Newport had 4 in stock. So they called up there and they had them to hold me one. So I drive all the way to Newport to get a fountain for my mom for Mother's Day. Sorry. And I get up there, and there's this big old sticker underneath the fountain that said $249. I was like, hold up a minute. Because I was thinking it was going to be $129. I get down there, it's $129 more than what it was supposed to be. So, I go to the cashier, and I'm like, drove all the way down here to get this fountain that you all were supposed to be holding for me that is supposed to be $129, but your price sticker says it's 200 and I don't know, confused myself. It's supposed to be $129 and your sticker says $449. I was like, is there any way you can check just to make sure that that's wrong? And she was like, oh no, that's not wrong. There's no way that they can sell that fountain for $129. And I was like, well, that's the price they told me, and that's why I drove all the way down here to get one. And she was like, well, I don't know who you talked to, but there's no way, that's impossible. And this stupid woman, I was ready to smack her by the time I left. She treated me like I was completely stupid, idiotic, brainless, and she wouldn't scan it. She was like, no, there's no way. She was like, I can call and check the price just to make sure, but it's impossible. So I wait, and she was like, well, I have to have the people up front call because I can't call from back here. So I waited, and hang on just a second. Is that better? Maybe? Is it freezing up? I don't think so. Okay, anyway, back to my story. So she is... Okay, so she says that they'll have to call from up front. So I waited. Again. And finally I was like, are they supposed to call you back and let you know? And she's like, oh yeah, whenever they find out they're supposed to let me know. So she's finally says, well, they called and they said it was $249. And I was like, somebody is going to die today. And I carry a phone book in my truck at all times. So I'm like, I bet you called. So I went out to my truck, got the phone book, looked the phone number up, called them back myself, and I said, look, I'm in Newport. You all called and had them hold a fountain for me that was supposed to be $129. And they are telling me that it's $249. I can't even get them to scan the barcode to see if it rings up $129. And she was like, well, it should be, because it should be the same at all Lowe's. And I was like, well, they're telling me it's not. She was like, okay, drag it to the counter, load it yourself, or do whatever you have to get it over there, and make them scan the barcode. And I was like, okay, thank you. So I go back in there, I hurl a buggy into the shelf because I was pissed, I was angry, and I go over there, drag this big old huge fountain off the shelf thing, drag it up onto this little flat cart, and roll it over to the counter. And there were 2 people in front of me, and she's like, I'll be with you in just a second. And I was like, okay. So as soon as she says that, she gets on the phone and calls the woman who supposedly called our Lowe's here in town. And by the time I got up to the register to check out, she was standing there. And she was like, that fountain's $249. And I was like, I don't care. If it's $500, I'm buying it. So she rang it up. And of course, it rang up $129. And then they still tried to tell me that it wasn't $129. I was like, y'all crazy. I'm about to smack you. So, after that, she was like, well, there's something seriously wrong here. We have to find out what's going on before we can sell this to you. And she walks off and pulls all the barcodes, and I don't know why. But some guy finally came over there that knew what he was doing and basically made them look like idiots instead of me. So I got my fountain from my mom for Mother's Day, but if I were you, I wouldn't go to the Lowe's in Newport if you're ever there. I would drive 150 miles somewhere else just so I wouldn't have to deal with those stupid people. Okay, now that I'm done venting about Lowe's, this is the reason I made this video. Last night I came home from work and I was standing in front of the mirror. And I was by myself. And I was like, I'm ready for a change. I pulled out the clippers. And I shaved my head. So, I want you all to tell me what you think about my hair. Whether you like it this way, or whether you like it the way I normally wear it. My glasses are crooked. Ugh. So yeah, anyway. And I shaved my goatee. All I have is that right there. But, yeah. Let me know. Catch y'all later. Bye.